What's going on, everyone? It is the Derf, and today I'm going to go through a small list of auto rifles that I am most excited to use once the Edge of Fate comes on July 15th. The way the artifact is shaping up right now, if you haven't peeked it yet, Strand, Solar, and Stasis elements are going to get their due in the spotlight. On top of that, I'm going to be throwing in a few kinetics that you simply cannot ignore and can be used in very niche situations. As always, if you guys do find anything helpful in this video, make sure you hit that like and subscribe button because I'm going to be going through all the different weapon types that I'm excited to use in the Edge of Fate here in the near future. All right, let's get it going. To get things started off, we're going to go with Sweet Business. Titans are going to benefit, of course, the most from this when they pair this with Actium War Rig. Because we're able to stun Overload champs with auto rifles, it's going to be a never-ending disruption for all Overload champs in the galaxy. So Titans, if you've been wondering when you're going to be able to take advantage of this weapon and give champions their stunning that they deserve, look no further because come July 15th, this one is definitely coming into my regular repertoire for my personal Titan, and I'm going to guess it might make an appearance in yours. Next up, we've got Suros Regime. Suros Regime has been a favorite of mine for a long time, but its only real use has been in PvP. Well, that's all going to change when I'm able to stun Overload champions with this exotic kinetic damage weapon. I'm going to take this thing into GMs, I'm going to take this thing into Master Sectors, and we're going to see just how good it can be for me and some of my builds that I'm excited to try once July 15th and the Edge of Fate happen. So if you haven't experimented with Suros Regime or you haven't even pulled it out of your vault in a long time and maybe gotten reacquainted with it, now is your chance, now is your time. Get used to how it kicks, get used to its insane accuracy, and decide which firing mode you like more. Next up, we're going to go with the Monte Carlo. Whether you are a hunter, a titan, or a warlock, if you love spamming melees, this is the weapon you're going to want by your side at all times. Its ability to restore melee energy is going to be one to reckon with now that we're going to be able to stun Overload champs with. Unlike me, make sure you get the catalyst completed because it's well worth the effort for its charged up extra attack. Next up, we're going to go with Quicksilver Storm. This one I'm extremely excited to use because I love the chaos that Strand causes ordinarily anyways. Add to that the fact that now we're going to be able to stun Overload champions with auto rifles. You can put this with any Strand build or possibly any prismatic build that incorporates Strand into it and absolutely cause ridiculous amounts of chaos on the battlefield. Once the artifact is unlocked beyond the ability to stun Overload champions, it's going to be even more powerful. I'm not going to spoil it for those who don't know and haven't done their research yet because they haven't gotten around to it, but trust me when I say Strand is also going to be a very strong class this season, and Quicksilver Storm is going to help us get there. So whether you love Strand or you just love this weapon, get ready to have this one by your side at all times. Next up, we're going to go with the exotic version of the Khvostov. Now that we can stun Overload champs with auto rifles, the Khvostov is going to be more meta than it's been. And believe me, even though people haven't been using it as much because of the artifact and what gets buffed and what doesn't, I'm telling you, with its ability to stun these Overload champs, this weapon's going to make its way out of a lot of people's vaults and into their normal arsenal. And I am one of them. I am here for it. I am ready for it. I can't wait to see what kind of builds I can come up with this weapon. And if you haven't picked it up yet, if you haven't gone through the grind, through the Pale Heart to get this weapon, I promise you 1,000%, this weapon is worth your stress. This is worth your sweat. And believe me, once you get it, you're going to wonder how you lived without it. Next up, we're going to go with the legendary version of Khvostov. While it doesn't have some of the perks that its older brother has, the exotic version, it does have some unique perks that you can take advantage of. One of those being the dealer's choice modification that comes intrinsic on this weapon. You can get increased super regen with each kill. Add to that the fact that there are a multitude of mods you can select from in the third and fourth column. I'm going to be taking advantage of Demolitionists, and I think for those grenade lovers as well as super spammers out there, this might be a weapon that's going to be very interesting when you are coming up with builds and or deciding how to load your character when you're taking on that endgame content. So if you haven't picked up the legendary version of Khvostov, you haven't gone through the Pale Heart, or you haven't even tried because you think it's too hard, I'm telling you, it is worth the sweat, just like its exotic older brother, and I'm telling you, you're going to be able to use this in a multitude of ways thanks to its ability to stun overload champs in the Edge of Fate. Next up, we're going to go with Fair Judgement. This 450 RPM Stasis auto rifle is going to be an absolute game changer when it comes to shattering the battlefield. The fact that you can shoot at enemies from far away and pick them off with very good damage, and the fact that you can grant yourself frost armor on top of it by picking up stasis shards, this weapon is going to make its appearance in a lot of people's builds. So whether you're a hunter, a warlock, or even a titan, believe me, you're going to find a way to incorporate this, because not only is it going to be able to stun overload champs, but you're going to be able to shatter your way to the finish line with virtually no effort at all. I'm excited to use this one, so if you haven't pulled this out of your vault in a while, believe me, get yourself reacquainted with it and get ready, because come July 15th, I'm going to be stunning a lot of overload champions with this weapon. Next up, we're going to go with Veiled Threat. Veiled Threat, of course, is craftable from Failsafe in the Helm, so once Edge of Fate drops, you're not going to be able to get this unless you start grinding now. Most people probably already have this weapon, but it's been shelved for a long time because it really hasn't fit the meta for a lot of different builds. But now that we can stun overload champs, and the fact that it's a 720 auto rifle, there's going to be a lot of opportunity for a lot of chaos, and add to the fact that it's going to be able to spawn those pools on the ground, so you're going to be able to cause even more area damage. So I'm thinking heavy ad activity, heavy enemy activity in general, or I guess even a bunch of overloads. You're going to have an answer for them. Add to that the fact that you can craft this with whatever perks that you want from its perk pool, and you're going to be able to have your cake and eat it too. So if you don't have all the patterns unlocked for this, get to work. Unlock it, even if you don't level it up, so that you can recraft it and reshape it however you want. I'm telling you, this is worth your effort to get acquainted with it and build it how you want, because on July 15th, this weapon is going to frequent a lot of my builds. Next up, a weapon that needs no introduction, at least from me, because I've used it so much, but Rufus's Fury is going to be an absolute powerhouse once July 15th drops Edge of Fate. This Strand auto rifle is an absolute laser beam from all distances. It is a 720 RPM and very easy to control. It's got a fantastic perk pool. The only catch is if you don't have this weapon, you're going to have to grind Root of Nightmares to get the patterns to craft this in the Enclave. So if you haven't gotten around to getting this weapon, what are you waiting for? This weapon is fantastic. It's better than its 600 RPM cousin, the Perpetualis, and I'm telling you, you're going to love it a lot more because it's got better perks as well. So if you are a fan of Strand, you're a fan of stunning overload champions, this weapon is going to be one of those that's going to be easy to move in and out of a lot of different builds, especially me, who's got a ridiculous amount of kills with this. You're going to love it come Edge of Fate. Next up on the list, my first solar auto rifle pick is going to be Tommy's Matchbook. Tommy's Matchbook is probably not new to anybody, but if you haven't pulled it out in a while, or you haven't even gotten the catalyst done, this is your sign to get reacquainted with it. Whether you're a hunter, a warlock, or a titan, you're going to find a way to use this in a lot of different scenarios. Add to that the fact that you're unlimitedly going to scorch targets with this weapon. I mean, what's not to love? You're going to be able to stun overload champions, and you're going to be able to spread scorch all over the battlefield. I love watching things explode. I love ignitions, and I love all things solar, and this weapon is going to be an absolute blast to use. So if you haven't busted this out in a while, maybe it's time to take a second look at it, because come July 15th, I'm going to find a lot of different ways to use this. Next up, we're going to go with a PvP reward weapon, the Summoner. The Summoner burst on the scene in Trials of Osiris not too long ago, at least in my mind. And when it came out, it instantly hit #1 as far as everyone wanting to use this weapon. Now we're going to get additional ways to be able to use this in PvE, and that comes with the artifact being able to stun overload champs with auto rifles. This weapon has a pretty decent perk pool, and if you get the right roll, if you are willing to put in the work to grind to get those engrams and turn them into Saint 14, you will be happy that you did. This weapon is extremely easy to control. It has some different options that you can use it for, and it also frees up your exotic slot so that you can put on better weapons for your DPS rotations depending on the build that you're running. Solar is making a comeback this coming season. I hope you guys are ready for it because the Summoner is going to be seen in a lot more fire teams. Next up, we have a weapon that I've been waiting to talk about all video, and that is the Ammit. Look at the left-hand side of your screen. You read that right. 95 rounds loaded into this magazine. This weapon absolutely wrecks in PvP and PvE alike, and now that Solar is making a comeback, I'm going to find virtually endless ways to incorporate this into a lot of builds. Now that we can stun overload champs with auto rifles, Ammit is going to be probably number 1 or 2 on light GG as far as auto rifles that are being used in the Solar element. Just look at the magazine in your left-hand side. I've got 59 rounds, and yes, that tops out at 95 with enhanced ambitious assassin. So unless they completely nerf this weapon into the ground, fans of the Ammit we are going to have a way to use this in endgame content for the first time, and man, it seems like forever. But I'm here for it, and I hope fans of the Ammit are here for it too, because this is going to be extremely fun to use. Last but not least is going to be No Hesitation from the Pale Heart. No Hesitation from the Pale Heart, of course, is craftable, and it has some pretty good perks you can pair in its build. However, it is a support frame auto rifle. Yes, you can stun overload champs with this, but I'm a little bit skeptical, I'll use that word, how it's going to function in endgame activities where overloads are actually going to be present. I have been waiting for a long time to actually have an excuse to try this out in a GM. It does give you your super back. It does have fantastic perks, but because it's a support frame auto rifle, I'm not quite sure what to expect. So fans of build crafting, or maybe just fans of weapons from the Pale Heart because of the super regen bonuses, are going to get their chance to try this out in harder content. I'm here for it. I hope you guys are too. And even though I'm a little bit skeptical about this, I am looking forward to it. So that concludes my list of auto rifles I am most excited to bring into the Edge of Fate on July 15th. If you did find anything helpful with this video, please consider liking and subscribing. If you know a Guardian out there who could benefit from this video, make sure you share it with them or send them my way. My goal, as always, is to help as many people as possible. If by chance you are watching this video and you are looking for a non-toxic gaming community to be a part of because you haven't found one yet, or maybe you're just looking for a new gaming community to be a part of because you haven't found one yet, feel free to hop in my Discord. I'll have a link in the description. It is filled with a lot of great people who are willing to help virtually at all activities. It's been booming. It's been nice to see the increase in activities over the last few weeks, and I'm going to keep offering it to those out there who are looking for a safe haven with no toxicity, no drama, or any of that negativity that could otherwise kill a community or just be very disruptive, even to some clans that we've all been a part of from time to time. Obviously, with this list, there's going to be a lot of room for debate. I understand that kinetic is not technically an element, so Durf, why did you include those in this build? Or why did you include this solar weapon, not that solar weapon? Why did you include, believe me, I get it. We don't quite know everything that Edge of Fate is going to offer for all of us. So this is kind of a roundabout list for weapons that if you are wondering if they're going to even be useful, believe me, all these weapons are going to have their usages somewhere out there during the opening act, if you will, for the Edge of Fate. Now, once we get seasoned into it and the new tier system and armors and all those things, hey, this list might change, or people's needs might change, or the powers might change. I don't know. Nobody knows. That's going to be part of the fun. I can't wait to bring you guys the builds I've been thinking of. I'm really hoping I can make this come to life for you guys so you guys can hopefully go out there and just absolutely wreck the battlefield. But I will see you guys next time. Thank you always for your support. Take care.